We are live. Oh boy, all of a sudden I'm getting tons of different messages and whatnot. Hold up, folks. All right. Fuck's sake. Today, I went fishing. Today, I caught trout. Today, I put fish in a pond. Today, I found out that if you buy shit off of the internet, buyer fucking beware. Holy good lord. I bought a pond aerator. I want to make this clear. I bought a pond aerator for fish ponds, not for aquariums. I thought, oh, well, it's not that expensive, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And, I'm not looking for the big one anyways. I just need one that's big enough for a backyard pond. Well, lords and lads, I'd like to introduce you to the fucking aerator. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but fucking thing's tiny. The damn aerator for the pond is so fucking small. I could do better with a blow tube. I'm disappointed. To say the least, I am disappointed in this shit. This was supposed to be an aerator for a pond. That's a fucking aquarium aerator. There is no return address worth the fuck because I'm not going to send shit back to IKEA. No point in it anyways. Specifically because it's made in derp chichai. So anyways, since the Chicoms have robbed me, let's go take a look at the pond, shall we? The pond. We'll get the dead trout out of the pond so I can go and make sure that the other living ones don't die. Ooh, shit. I'm getting too goddamn old for this crap. For when I up, down, touch the ground, gets me in the mood. For when I up, down, touch the ground, in the mood for food. Okay, net. Not freaking held this thing in 10 years. That's how old this net is. Used to be the bait net for my dad's fishing boat. I've got in the garage or in the yard over there. Good to see you, Barbie. Good to see you. All right, get the old trout out of the out of the pond here. That one is dead. Unfortunate, as it were, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that one was my wild one. Well, sorta wild. wild colors. I got trout in a pond. They're not bad looking. They're all right looking. I got 4 still in there. The other ones are all kind of not feeling good because I had to catch them all by hook. So, go ahead and take a look at the trout as I caught earlier today here. There we go. Real bummer though. Not a bad sized trout. I got 4 more like that. Number 5 here is the only one that still has an adipose fin. So you know he's a wild one. Real bummer though. He's stiff and dead. Yep, not coming back from that. Oh well. Still got 4 more fish. And tomorrow there'll be 5 more fish in there, hopefully. Constantly working my arse off. Get her done. What? You were out all this morning while I was out fishing. What could possibly be so important? Oh, you want to play? Not happening, bro. I'm busy with stuff. You ain't coming out to play right now. Hey, William. Good to see you. Nein. Was lame. Was hier. Stof erin. Hi, Andy. So, pond. Gosh, I'm so mad at myself. I bought one of those solar powered aerators, pond aerators. It literally said on the advertisements, backyard pond aerator. DC 5-volt battery charger when charging it. Just so we're clear, I am not sticking that thing on my cell phone charger. It's not happening. Please read this user manual carefully. Yeah. Please read this user manual carefully. The reason I'm giggling my ass off is because it calls itself a user manual, but it is a single freaking piece of paper that is all sorts of special. That's not a manual, bro. That's a fucking instruction pamphlet. Hell, that's an instruction sheet. It's not even a pamphlet. The fold in it does not qualify. There's not enough paper there. There's 2 pages. 2 pages. Thank you for purchasing an aerobic pump. Please read this user manual carefully. Firstly, grammar. The difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. We will introduce some of the important features and operating procedures of this product. Please keep this manual in a safe place for future reference. I highly doubt I'm going to need that. I assembled the motherfucker with no help. Like, literally, I'll show you something real quick. There's the instructions list. It literally takes up half of 1/4 of this manual. It's 1/8 of the manual. Connect the oxygen tube, bubble stone, check valve, and other accessories according to the correct method. Well, shit. I got that done without the instructions. Thank you. The oxygen pump should be placed on a smooth surface, such as a glass or ceramic tile, to absorb. To absorb what? It just says to absorb. After booting, well, I didn't kick it yet, so maybe that's why. After booting, press the button to select the desired mode, and the corresponding indicator light will be on. Intermittent mode, run for 5 seconds, pause for 3 seconds, and cycle. Continuous mode, always play oxygen continuously. I didn't realize that oxygen was a music number, so there's interesting stuff there. Energy saving mode, oxygen cycle from small to large, and then from large to small. The red light is on when charging, and the green light is on when full. Do not disassemble or modify the product without immersing it in water. You do understand this thing runs off electricity, right? Good, just making sure. Please charge the oxygen pump when the battery is low. When the oxygen pump is placed below the fish tank, a check valve is required. So that's what those were. They weren't connectors. Do not hold the oxygen pump on the side of the aquarium for a long time to avoid it falling off. Well, to avoid falling off. It doesn't say it, but, I put that in there. Because I'm not an idiot, and I know how to read shit. That, like, the Chinesium instrucciones. So, this is a usual manual, a usual manure for an aeration pump. There you go. It's usual manure. See, when I ordered this thing from the interwebs or whatever, it was supposed to be it's supposed to actually literally say pond aerator on the packaging, and apparently it does not. Doesn't even have the common courtesy to give you a man a reach around, but whatever. Where the rest of it go? Oh yeah, I put it together. Y'all come with me real quick. Let's all have a little bit of comedy in our lives, because this shit's so quaint. I could literally take it and put it on a freaking episode of Barney and Friends, and it wouldn't be out of place. That's how stupid this is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the pond aerator. Sucker. Dude, that thing's tiny. I highly doubt that would even do the 5-gallon bucket. I'm worried that these fish are going to end up dead before they even get a chance to really acclimatize. Ugh. At least it's putting air into the darn thing. Are we in a chooch? None. It's not even charging. That's not good. What a waste of money. Well, that's $40 in a trash can. But I have 4 trout. Damn it. I blame the yips. That yipped and skipped out on me. Good Lord. Now I need to silence one. Well, I got taken for something there. Apparently, also for my data on my computer. Because, why not? It's not like I'm using that at all. Yeah, go ahead. A little hummingbird over here. Uh-huh. Kind of saw that one coming. So, I've been listening to some pretty good music lately. I'll say it this way. I went down to the old pond today, kicked back with a beer and just one beer, mind you, because I'm not stupid enough to go and take a whole 6-pack to the pond. I kicked back with a beer and some good tunes and just sat there for several hours waiting for the fish to start biting. And then I limited out in 10 minutes. Like, well, fuck, that was boring. Half a day of nothing for, I don't know, 5-8 minutes of excitement. Cast my pole out, go to put it down, and it almost gets yanked out of my hand. I'm like, okay, it works. I had a good day fishing. I had a good day of, basically everything else. It's just this one little, it's like those days where you're walking down the street with your friends and that one friend that you never really hang out with because they're just a total asshole and they're always doing stupid shit and playing pranks on the rest of the group. So you don't hang out with them much. They're walking behind you, right? And all of a sudden you feel your foot go out from underneath you and catch your other foot behind the ankle. And you're sitting there looking up from your ass all of a sudden. You're like, what the hell? And that one friend is sitting there laughing their ass off at you. And you realize that fucker just kicked your foot out from under you. That's about how the day was. That one friend that I don't normally hang out with, you know, the internet, went and kicked my foot out from underneath me. I don't know who the brilliant fuck was that came up with the idea of let's go sell this to people who have ponds. That thing's too small for a fishbowl. I swear, there's some goldfish that's drowning somewheres. That's a tiny ass little air pump. Hell, we used to use bigger air pumps than that when we were aerating the water to get the chlorine out of it for our plants. That's a piss poor excuse, man. But it's a start, right? I'm working towards things. In the infamous words of one of the most intelligent rats I've ever known, the same thing we do every day, Pinky. We're going to come up with a plan to take over the world. Yeah, oh no! You're a month late, right? Anyways. My little trip and excursion into town. I was trying to find out, you know, basically what's the heartbeat of the area this year. And good people still abound, which is surprising. But that's in an economy where a fucking hamburger is $10. And I bullshit you not, I spent $10 on a fucking hamburger. At a mom and pop greasy spoon on the side of a pond. That's not normal. The normal going price was about $7 last year for one. This year it's woo. I spent $10. See, there's my change from a 20. Spent $10 on a freaking burger. I could have eaten for 3 or 4 days off that $10. In this economy, just knowing what I know, it's just a matter of, dear Lord, what have I done to deserve this shit? You're my strongest soldier. No, the fuck I ain't. I don't know where you get this shit. I am not your strongest fucking soldier. So ponder, if you will, the fact that, well, I got 4 fish that are living, breathing, still alive, surprisingly, even though I pulled hooks out of their guts. Well, I lip hooked one, but that's the one that died. Kind of weird. The only fish that died out of all the fucking fish that I caught was the only one that I lip hooked. That's too funny. All the rest of them were gut hooked. That's just messed up, man. You know what that's like, right? Like a hot summer day in the middle of LA. It's all messed up, man. Alrighty then. Today has become another fucking dreary day. Got about like an hour of sunlight out of all that. That's great. Those fish are not going to like me. I'm going to end up having to go and get a different kind of a setup so that I can even keep them alive with enough oxygen. Do a water pump aeration system then. Because I tried the siphon this morning and it didn't work. So I'm going to end up having to go and use the pump, ideal or something, but the problem with the pump is when you've only got, a maximum of 3.5 lift, I mean, what are you going to do? 3.5 lift is 3.5 feet. So if you got a water pump and it lifts up water, okay, then by forcing that water up from the pump into the tube, that water then cascades down over the filter thing, and that then goes through the filter, cleans out the water for your fish in your aquarium. Well, same ideal with a fountain pump for a like a pond or something. The difference is that you have to go by gallons per minute because you can't go by lift per minute. Lift per minute is your aquarium size, and your gallons per minute would be more like your pond or your wishing well or your well pump. I have a 4.5-foot deep pond, which means that I have to worry about gallons per minute. Hey, cuz. I went fishing today. Caught some fish. They're over in the pond. Ain't no lie, real. You want to see one of them here? This here's a purdy rainbow. Here, I want to show you this. Oh, do. There you go. You didn't quite make it. I got 4 more in there. I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow and do the same thing. Of course, good sized trout, it's just a matter of they taste like garbage unless you sit there and you clean them up. Are you done whining at me? Because you know that the entire time you sit there and whine at me, I just ignore you. I'm waiting for you to get a clue. Anyways, nice fish I caught. They were actually pretty good size. There were some steelheads in there, boy. Oof, there's some steelhead in there. Of course, I ain't trying to catch some steelhead. That's a whole other world of hell that I would have to deal with. Nah, I just grow them in my pond back here and let them get big, and then I got steelhead from my own pond, and I ain't got to worry about Nucky Sam sitting there going, you didn't sign the little the ticket thingy for how many fish you've caught. Right, but did you stock salmon or did you stock trout and then grow them to salmon? Exactly, so shut up. Caught me some pretty nice fish. Like I said, I limited out about 10 minutes. I caught about 5 of them. There's a limit up here on how many trout you can catch in one day, which don't make no motherfucking sense. I mean, okay, 30, that's too many trout. Fine. But dude, you're not catching fucking whoppers out here. The thing's not even a foot long. You're not catching, fish the size of your leg out here. You're lucky to catch fish the size of your hand. So I don't get why there's this whole thing of, oh, you can only catch 5 fish and this and that and the other. I'm like, dude, come on. Y'all be smoking some of that special hash. I want some, I'm telling you. Making me pay premium for bottom shelf shit. It is spring, though. That much I will say. Spring done sprung into the year. So how's your springing? I'll tell you what, mine's going lackluster. Of course, I could sit here and chutter on about nonsense and nothings, but I'm boring as hell. What's y'all? Oh, there's some that I could talk to y'all about. The secret to the fishing out here. Little power bait salmon eggs. Put 2 of them on a treble hook. Make sure you cover all 3 tines. And make sure it's the little micro treble hooks. About quarter ounce of split shot. Cast it so that you're facing into the wind. Try to get out there as far as you can. The reason for facing into the wind is all of the fish are up on your shore. The reason for that is that they're following all the bugs, which are blowing across the surface and ending up on the shore where you're at. It works. I played this game with the trout all year last year until I finally figured out where they like it and what they like to do and how they act and whatnot. And that's when I started really getting into them. They like that gravel bottom. They like where the wind is blowing towards the shore that they're on. All the food ends up there. So I just got to let these trout that are here, got to let them do their thing and get rid of the crap that's in their systems from eating power bait. Only thing you can catch them on, but they they taste nasty as all frig after they've been sitting there and eating nothing but power bait for months. They look good. They look like they would taste good. That pink inside. Mm-mm. Harsh chemicals. Daggum fish taste like garbage smells in the summer. That's the whole reason. Get them into the pond. Get them on fresh water. A little bit cleaning up. Starting to feel a little bit more relaxed and happy, and start eating again. And hopefully, I don't lose them all. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna catch more. It's obvious. It's gonna happen. So. The trout, it's not that hard to catch out here. You just got to know what you're doing. You want to know what the real challenge is up here is bass. Down where I live, down in Blythe, you go down on the Colorado River and, throw out a crappie jig. In about 5 minutes, you got a bass. Out here, you throw a crappie jig out there, you can fish all day long, not catch a thing. And I mean, not a thing. Then you turn around and you throw a freaking night crawler on there, and you end up with no night crawler left because all the bluegill done ate all your night crawlers. So then you turn around, you throw a nib of power bait on there, and well, lo and behold, you got a daggum trout that's swallowed the hook. So, and no, there are no catfish up here. That was kind of a bummer. I was like, but I can't make my catfish curls. But no, really, there ain't no catfish up here. Unless you want to spend, okay, let's see here. I spent $110 on my fishing license alone. Now, that's just for the basic fishing license. There's no specials, no extras, no salmon fishing, no nothing, no shellfish. You better not even hook into a fucking salmon on the freaking rivers. You better not even be caught dead fishing on a Nehalem or on the fucking Columbia, because they'll throw your ass under the damn jail. Yeah, that's just a basic fishing license. So you can catch stock trout with that. You can catch bluegill with that. bass, sorta. They're really freaking difficult up here, and they are small, man. Much more likely to catch a turtle than a bass up here. Considering, and the only ones that you catch is them little red-eared slider turtles, so it's not even worth it. I mean, you could have cut up a turtle as the size of your fist for some turtle sauce piquant. I ain't gonna do that. It's just a whole lot of work for the whole lot of little. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them soft-shell turtle down on the freaking Colorado, I'd do that all day. Heck yeah. But you know, little red-eared sliders around here, and the biggest one I ever did see around here was this big. I mean, ain't nothing, well, ain't enough on there to make one, a single bite of stew. So, the whole idea is what, as a survivalist, as a prepper, you want to get the most calories out of the effort you put in. So this is why I put a lot of emphasis on fishing, on hunting, on knowing how certain gathering stuff, rather than more on growing a garden. Even though I can grow a garden, I'm pretty good at it. I got a fair green thumb. You know, I put more emphasis on knowing how to fish, on how to hunt, on how to make a fire, on how to trap than I did on growing stuff. It has its perks, don't get me wrong. Imagine for a second, you got a garden and all of a sudden you've got a rat problem, like me. And unlike me, you don't know how to hunt. You don't know how to shoot a gun. You don't know how to kill rats other than to trap them. You're gonna be up shit's creek. I'll take you over and let you look at the old rat trap that I put out there 5, 6 days ago now. Ain't been touched. I found a slug on it last night. And that thing ain't been touched by anything but a slug. Damn banana slugs, man. And before you says, oh, well, you're not using the right bait. This is not just creamy peanut butter. This is chunky peanut butter mixed with creamy peanut butter mixed with sugar. It is rat crack. And they ain't touching it. So if all you know how to do is to run a rat trap, not going to happen in the garden. You got to know how to kill them. You got to know how to be a squirrel hunter channel type guy. Go, sniping rats and stuff. You got to know how to do that. Because honest to God, rats in a garden and you won't have a garden. I'm telling you from experience here. Little bastards done ate all the seeds already. That was a good $50 in seed, by the way. Yeah, it looked like a speckle, don't it? That's a pig stripe rainbow. I had 2 species. Now I only got 1 species. I only got the green stripe rainbow in there right now. Those ones grow up to be steelheads. The pink stripe rainbow, they don't really grow up to be steelhead. They just grow up to be really big pink stripe rainbow trout. if they get the chance to grow up. It's a real bummer. I would have really liked to have that one grow up because that would have been a monster of a trout, man. I'm telling you. You know them pictures you get of like Castaic and Klamath? They've got these big old 300-pound rainbow trout they're holding, and that's that particular species. They're known as pink line or ruby red rainbows. I probably could not get a hold of my green line rainbows right now. They're all at the bottom of the pond. I have to go back tomorrow and hopefully I'll catch some green liners. I mean, not some green liners, some pink liners. I went and I put a half a tank of gas in my truck today. Well, 3/8 of a tank in my truck. Yeah, about 3/8 of a tank in my truck today. That cost $60. Well, shit is expensive. I'm just gonna say that. I went and I bought me a $5 beer just to be able to sit there and say, you know what? It ain't all gonna be a loss. But hey, trout pond's looking good. Chickens are all living and happy, and doggo got a full day of running around outside. Of course, he decided he wanted to tear shit up, so I got to clean up out here because he tore shit up. Literally cannot go on a freaking fishing day without going. Coming back to something being poor all the fuck. I come back and there was just there's trash tore apart, fucking things thrown willy nilly every fucking wheres. I mean, I know it's a mess already, but damn. Weren't this big of a mess when I left. Yeah, well, time for some coffee. Ah. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you thinking? No. I let you outside and you tore the entire room up. That's not happening. Mm-mm. You don't get congratulations for that. You know better. If you're wondering, that's why you didn't get a pig here this time. Time for some 90 weight. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, shit. I'll blame the yips. That were not me. Tell you what, cuz. The DNR wants to pay for my gasoline. I will come down there and I will nix their coyote problem in the bud. I guarantee results. One thing I can say, if I go out and I take my rifle out to go hunting and I see the animal, I guarantee the results. I've got folks that will back me on that. Simple fact of the matter, you know, out here I was hunting rabbits for the same thing, you know, not necessarily by bounty, but simply for meat. And the rabbits out here are pestilence. And there was hardly a day where I left and I didn't have a rabbit with me. So I do guarantee my work. There we go. Some Java rolling. A brain pain. You got food, you got water. You're taken care of. I don't want to hear it. No. No. You tore up my yard. That's not okay. Mm-mm. Tell us a little louder, Bird. I don't think that the next county over heard you. And there you go. Huh. Well, let me see here. $75 a yoke. Would cost me a little over $2,000 to make that trip in gas alone. And of course there's the hunting license and the dealios and whatnot, and having to make sure that I get in with the DNR righteous and having a place to go and do it. And so all told, about $4,000, I could probably come out there and fix the coyote problem for the next 2 years. Special ed motherfuckers. Yeah, let's go ahead and transport some coyotes up from Texas because we have a problem with the deer population out here. Oh shit, We've got too many coyotes. We're gonna need to go and get rid of the coyotes. Anybody know a natural predator for a coyote? Oh, right. Shit. Hey, tell the fellas down at the treasury we need to start up a bounty real quick. Yeah, $75 a Yodi head. Just the head. Nothing attached. All right. Getting the Java rolling here. No, you're not going outside. I have to clean up your mess. You had all day this morning. Not happening now. We've had this discussion, Houdini. You don't get to tear shit up just because I'm not here. The only thing that you get to tear up is somebody who comes into this house or into that yard who is not supposed to be here. You know the rules. I'm not going to sit here and try and justify it to you. This is my house. You follow the rules. No, you stay here. Right. Nope. You just fall for in. All right, so Java. Hey. Oh, crap. That fucking close to being fucking done. Jesus. All right, so next umps on the list here. We've got the daily, the weekly, and the mandatory. Daily, I need to be going and getting fish and putting them into the pond and getting more pond specialties, you know, the little aquatic plants and whatnot, throwing them in a pond. I need to be really good and hardcore on them holes, on them rat holes in the backyard. I think I'm gonna gas them. I'm tired of these fucking rats, man. They're destroying my garden to the point where I can't even keep it going. Um, and on top of that, you know, they attacked my rooster, so can't be having that. The weekly. Well, I got the lawnmower back together and sort of ready to go, but it won't start. It's got fire, it's got fuel, It's got air. We're missing something. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So, the upside of going down to the pond is that you really get to a chance to meet up with the locals. Get a chance to do some community outreach and talking to folks and whatnot, and generally getting people to understand who you are as a human being. Your courtesy, your kindness, and your limitations and whatnot. It's a great little spot for all that because folks go down there, they go to fish, and they go to just get out there and be with other fishermen and enjoy the lake. And so you're already in a good mood when you're there. And so it starts off as, I just want to be having a nice day. I just want to be a good feller. Just want to, and any conversation therefore starts off as courteous. Mm. Talk about them winds of change, boy. They're blowing through. Sunny days for the next couple of days, which means tomorrow ought to be all right for catching fish. At least for the trout. Um, Finally got enough stuff together to where I can start getting things rolling here. I've got didn't realize it was that important. Is there anything else? Really? It's impressive. I'm sure that there's a whole lot more in that. What you think of Joe Biden? Yeah, me too. No, it didn't need to. Well, you didn't need to say anything about that to him. He doesn't speak rooster. That's my hummingbird. He thinks that the hummingbird's a chicken. I'm sure he does not care. You could never move your wings that fast. You are not the same kind of bird. Telling you what, man, old rooster over here, he keeps on thinking that he's gonna get uppity with them hummingbirds. He doesn't realize, man, them little fuckers are they're sword birds on crack. I'm sorry, I just got this like mental visual of a hummingbird in like 4K Technicolor. You know, like the acid wash Technicolor, sitting there buzzing his wings like freaking crazy, and his head's twitching back and forth. And underneath the caption says, with an exclamation point, cocaine. Tell you what, man, nature's meth heads right there. Really? I didn't think so. Oh, I've got this pan over here, this pan over here, this pan over here, this pan over here, and this pan over here, and this pan over here, in the fire. I'm surrounded by pans in the fire. A little overwhelming. But, you know, I'll be back on top as soon as possible. As it were, I'm going to go ponder on that pond again for a couple minutes. Go and check to make sure that the fish ain't dying and floating to the surface and whatnot. Aerator's still running. Yep, aerator is still running. Them fish ain't dead yet. I don't see any floaties. None of them dead bankside. Yeah. Huh. Well, they can't see them either. Pond water's still too murky. But it's not so murky, suffocating them, so there is that. And for now, I guess it's getting enough oxygen. Huh. Go ahead. Snatch that freaking power bait out of the garden pond here. Where did I stick? Oh. Yeah, this is my normal day. Just walk around, juggle chores. Heck, I wish that fish wouldn't have died. It was a pretty fish, man. Right there. Okay. Oops, right, got it. Little tiny piece of power bait that was in the water. Needed to get that out of there so that the fish ain't trying to eat that. Making them all nasty. Yeah, I don't want to stress them out anyways. I'm not going to try and catch any of them out right now. Besides, there's 4 fish in there right now. There's going to be more. Bummer that I caught this trout and it just died. Really pretty trout. Big old swollen belly. I think that might be the power bait doing that. Which means that this fish was going to die anyways. Yep. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. It's not just swollen. That fish's belly is hard. Okay. And it was shitting out basically gel. So that's the downside of fishing with power bait. You basically kill off all the fish. Shit's not meant to be eaten, man. And remember, everything you put into the fish, whether or not you catch them, that's going into you. I mean, if it works, but I'm going to do everything in my power to try and clean them out. Get the crap out of them so that they don't taste like garbage. Because, yeah, I can't eat that fish. That one died before it even had a chance to get cleaned up. They do. They taste like garbage down there at the pond. Probably stick that one up underneath some corn or something. Chop it up, mash it up, and turn it into fish emulsion and pour it out over the top of the corn in the garden over here. Maybe. No guarantees. I may or may not, considering that it just attracts rats anyways. So your piteous whining does no good for you, dog. This is part of your training. Once you've realized it, you don't get to just beg me to come out whenever the fuck you goddamn well feel like it, but actually when you need to, then we'll have learned the lesson of don't lie to me. That's something that I never thought I'd have to teach a dog, honestly. Well, this has been a chance to sit and ponder with me over the pond and everything else as I'm doing. I will be sure to catch y'all on the flip side and, do another live stream of another type of another time. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for another Come and Ponder with me. As always, this has been Ye Old Guardsman, and motherfuckers, I am out.